Tell me where the freak's at.
We are ready for some action at the Wells Fargo Center. Two top-tier teams in both their conferences, Kawhi and the Spurs, Embiid and the Sixers. It's sure to be a good one. It's going to be a defensive battle. Embiid MVP favorite, Kawhi also an MVP favorite. We're ready to do battle. Starting lineups there at the bottom of your screen. See Mills, Danny Green, Leonard, Aldridge, and Gasol against Johnson, Embiid, Simmons, Fultz, and Redick. Getting ready, Sixers in their color rush, I guess you can call it, uniforms. Kawhi and the Spurs. It's been the matchup all week. Everyone's been talking about it, but it's time to do battle on a Wednesday night in the city of brotherly love. We are underway. Spurs get it to start. Here comes Patty Mills, guarded by Fultz. Aldridge over to Danny Green. Green, Mills, wild attempt block. That one's blocked, though, by Embiid. Embiid blocks it again. 2 blocks from Embiid. Aldridge, Leonard in the corner. That's a 3. What a start. Here is Fultz. Over to Embiid for 2. No good. Rebound LaMarcus Aldridge. Spurs are up. Here comes Kawhi, driving around Simmons. Kawhi throws it down! What a dunk from Kawhi Leonard. Drives around Simmons and throws it down. Here is Redick. Sixers down by 7. Redick to Embiid. Embiid at the 3-point line. Driving around Gasol. Embiid throws it down with 2 hands. Joel Embiid getting the night started. Here they come. Embiid ahead to Fultz. Fultz ahead to Johnson. Here is Simmons to Johnson. Wild passing. Redick for 3, and we're tied at 14. Here is Gay holding it. Gay. Johnson almost got it. LaMarcus Aldridge, though, puts it up no good. Embiid the rebound ahead to Johnson. Here is Ben Simmons. Simmons drives. That one's blocked from behind. Rebound by Embiid. Out to Johnson. Over to Markelle Fultz. Fultz. Johnson. Redick. Redick to Fultz. 6 on the shot clock. Johnson. Over to Fultz. Simmons drives in. He gets stripped of it. And it's a shot clock violation on the Sixers. Here they come. Simmons kicks it out to Joel Embiid. Still tied at 14. Embiid drives in and throws it down with 2 hands again. Second big dunk for Joel Embiid. That shot is good. A deep 3 from TJ McConnell. Here comes Tony Parker now the other way. Over to Johnson. 5 seconds to go in the first quarter. Here is Ginobili. 2, 1. Aldridge going to put a shot up. No good. And the Sixers pull away at the end of the first quarter to lead by 9. Big quarter from Joel Embiid here on Wednesday Night Basketball. Sixers hosting the Spurs. McConnell over to Markelle Fultz, who's hit 3 straight threes. Covington kicks it to Holmes. Holmes. Saric, that's a 2. That one bounces home, and now the Spurs go up by 13. McConnell for 3. Bounces, no good. Rebound by Anderson. Ahead. Here is Murray. Puts one up. No good. Leonard cleans up the mess. Here they come. Kawhi from 3. Leonard. Automatic. And the Spurs, who are down by 18, have gone on a 10-0 run. Here come the Sixers looking to respond. Here's Robert Covington. Covington. Over to McConnell. McConnell. Here's Trevor Booker. Came over in that trade. McConnell. Can't drive. Kicks to Holmes. Holmes looks and throws it down, and the foul on Pau Gasol. How about Rashawn Holmes with a big dunk to get the Sixers back up by double digits? Hesitated and then just threw it down and draw the foul on Gasol. So now a chance to make it an 11-point game after the Sixers were up by 18. And all of a sudden, Kawhi and the Spurs came roaring back with that big run. As the Sixers are currently 4th in the East, Spurs are 6th in the West. Both need a big win. Holmes gets the free throw. Timeout, Greg Popovich, down by 11. Here is Mills, the top of the key. Mills gets a screen. Drives, puts up the 2. No good. 8 seconds. Gasol the rebound. His putback is good. Down by 7. 6.7 on the clock. McConnell ahead. Simmons drives in. Simmons puts it up. Blocked by Gasol. And that's how the half ends. 51-44. The Spurs come back and make it a 7-point game led by Kawhi and Paul Gasol, as Popovich will take it into the locker room and see what they can do to come back in the second half. Second half underway. Here comes Markelle Fultz. 51-44. Fultz, Redick, over to Embiid. Embiid looking for a way around Gasol. Embiid still looking, kicks it out to Redick. Redick, Johnson. Simmons left wide open! Kawhi came off of him, and that was a big mistake. Here is Markelle Fultz. Over to Embiid. Embiid spins around and throws it down with the left hand. Lead is 9 for Philadelphia. Simmons. Fultz. Back to Simmons. Simmons drives in and throws it down. And the foul on LaMarcus Aldridge. A big-time dunk from Ben Simmons to increase the Sixer run to 4-0. Ben Simmons drives around Rudy Gay and draws the foul on LaMarcus Aldridge. And an and-one opportunity for the 76ers to make it an 8-point game. It's gone back and forth. Spurs have a run, and then the Sixers pull away, and then the Spurs will come back. As the free throw from Simmons is good. 58-50. 7:47 to go here in the third quarter. Here comes Ginobili, who carries it across the timeline. Ginobili, guarded by Covington. Holding it, gives it. LaMarcus Aldridge has been dealing with some back pains, surprisingly making the start tonight. Here's Rudy Gay. Gay, 5 seconds. Puts it up, floater, no good. Rebound by Simmons. Ahead to Markelle Fultz. Sixers trying to go back up by double digits. Fultz, Simmons. Driving, Simmons. Backs out, trying to drive in again. Simmons kicks it to Covington. 6 on the shot clock. Simmons. Drives in, Simmons. The layup is good. And a timeout called again by the Spurs. Back down by 10. A big shot by Ben Simmons. Here is Anderson with it. Anderson over the Ginobili. 76ers up by 11. LaMarcus Aldridge. Looking to get around Saric. Aldridge gives it out to Anderson. 5 on the shot clock. Anderson, Ginobili in the corner. That's a 3, and that's a sinker. Single-digit game. Here is Covington to the basket. Throws it down with 2 hands. And a foul. LaMarcus Aldridge, his 4th. And it looks like the Sixers are just picking on LaMarcus Aldridge as Covington drives to the basket, throws it down with 2 hands. So now the Sixers can go back up by 11 after Ginobili just cut it down to a single-digit game. Philadelphia had control in the first half, but the Spurs are just not going away. So here's Covington from the line. Free throw is no good. Rebound by LaMarcus Aldridge. Ahead to Tony Parker. Parker. Guarded by Fultz. Bounce pass to LaMarcus Aldridge. Aldridge holding it. Gives it back to Tony Parker. Parker tries. That one's denied. Denied by Rayshawn Holmes. Here comes Ben Simmons the other way. Simmons goes up the foul on LaMarcus Aldridge, and Simmons will get 2 free throws. The first off the front of the rim. The second one is good. Timeout, Spurs again. Down by 11, needing to come back against the strong Sixers squad. Fultz holding it at the logo. Drifts to his left, gives it to Covington. Covington, Simmons. Simmons, looking, puts one up, denied! Blocked by LaMarcus Aldridge, and that ends the third quarter. 2 straight blocks on Ben Simmons to end the second and third quarter. Sixers, Spurs, in a dead battle. Up by 5 now. Here's Booker. Shot from 3. No. Rebound Johnson, and the foul. That one on Danny Green. And a chance to make it an 8-point game at the line as Johnson's fired up. Got the rebound and tried to put it back up. He did. Danny Green was just there getting a little bit too aggressive as the Spurs were starting to make a run on the 76ers. So 7:02 left to go. Spurs were down by 18 in the second, but have now rallied to hold a steady about to 8 to 12 point deficit margin. But they finally got within 5, and then now the Sixers missed the free throw, and it will stay a 7-point game. Here comes Patty Mills. Mills over to Kawhi. Leonard's had a very nice night. Leonard drives, throws it down! What a dunk from Kawhi! Here's Fultz to Embiid. Embiid drives and throws it down! Vicious dunk from Embiid, and the lead is 7. Leonard holding it. Leonard and Embiid have both had good nights. Leonard to the basket. The foul and 1 on Amir Johnson. Kawhi and Embiid going at it in this low-scoring defensive second half. So now the Spurs, if Kawhi can make the free throw, can make it a 4-point game, the tightest it's been since the first quarter. As Embiid missed the block and Johnson tried to corral it, but that did not work and caused the foul. Spurs were the 3rd seed in the Western Conference playoffs last year. Ended up getting bounced by the Rockets in 6 in the second round. Looking to get back to the Western Conference playoffs and maybe move on to the conference finals. Leonard. And 1 is good. Ahead to Fultz. Fultz going right. Sidesteps. Holding it. Gives it way over to J.J. Redick. Redick guarded heavily. Back to Markelle Fultz. Here is Covington. Covington double covered. Puts it up and in. That one no good. Rebound. Gasol. The foul and 1 and it's on Joel Embiid. Embiid and Gasol have been a little bit chippy, and Gasol's excited as he can make it a 3-point game. Got the rebound, and Embiid got a little bit too aggressive there and rolled home into the basket. As San Antonio has had the upper advantage on Philadelphia here in the 4th. So here we go. Gasol. The and 1 to make it a 3-point game. Is good. Here is Covington. Shot no good. Rebound by Johnson. Throws it down! And the foul on Paul Gasol. Or excuse me, that was Joel Embiid. Embiid coming back the other way, and he draws the foul on Paul Gasol. Gasol drew the foul on him, and now he does it back to Gasol. I thought Amir Johnson rebounded the ball, but it was Joel Embiid. As Embiid will go to the line, trying to put the Sixers back up by 2 possessions. Free throw is good. 6-point game. This is Johnson, and he throws it down. That time it was Amir Johnson, and the Sixers pull away. 6-point game. The crowd is loving it. Here comes Mills the other way. 4:30 left to go in the game. Here's Danny Green. Green, Leonard, mid-range, got it. Holding in is Mills. A minute left. 6-point game. Here is Green. Driving in. Danny Green. Wild attempt to block it by Covington. No. Green kicks it out. LaMarcus Aldridge is good. 4-point game. 50 seconds left. Here comes Markelle Fultz. Fultz. Covington still in there. Ben Simmons is still on the bench. Covington holding it. Sixers trying to waste time. Here's Redick. Redick to Fultz. Fultz drives in, puts it up. No. Rebound LaMarcus Aldridge. Here's a chance for the Spurs. Here comes Kawhi. Leonard puts it up. No good. Johnson to Fultz, and they're going to foul. A big miss by Kawhi Leonard. That might just cost the Spurs the game. First by Markelle Fultz is good. Simmons comes back in for Covington. Fultz hits both. Timeout Spurs. They need a miracle. To inbound is Gasol. Who do you get it into, Leonard or Mills? It's Mills. Mills dribbles. They have to put up something quick. Mills still holding it. Finally gets up. Leonard. Contested shot. No good. In the air. Rebound by Johnson. They have to foul. And that might do it. At least one. Johnson gets the first. And I would say that's going to do it. Here come the bench. Both hit. Spurs still call a timeout. I think they just want to get one more shot. Inbound. Goes to Parker. Anderson passing it around. Murray for a three. No good. Aldridge out to Murray again. Not going to matter. Anderson's the one who takes the shot. No good. But the 76ers were able to pull away in the fourth quarter and hang on 99-91 over the Spurs to progress to third in the Eastern Conference. What a game by Embiid, Fultz, and Simmons. Kawhi had a good night. Just not enough to beat the Sixers. 99-91. Big win for the 76ers over the Spurs. And like I said, with the win, they go to third in the East. But let's take a look at the stats real quick. Leonard, 25, 3, and 4. Not his best game, but still a good one. LaMarcus Aldridge with a double-double along with Paul Gasol. Joel Embiid had a double-double. How about Markelle Fultz? Almost had a double-double. Simmons with a big game. Robert Covington and Amir Johnson with some good nights as well for the Sixers. As let's take a look at your standings here. The Cavs still lead the East with the Bulls and the 76ers each within 6 games. The Heat have crawled up 3 spots since you last saw the standings up to the 4th seat. Wizards, Celtics, Raptors, and Bucks are the 8 at the moment. The Magic are a game and a half behind of the Milwaukee Bucks. In the West, the Rockets and the Warriors each with 30 wins, the first teams to get there. Nuggets, Wolves, Clippers, Thunder, they're the Spurs in 7th, and then the Jazz in 8th. See, the Grizzlies are 5 games behind for that last Western Conference spot, and the Suns are last in the West. This is American Sports Coverage, signing off.